All right, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Lauren Reeves. I'm here at the National Weather Service in Peachtree City, Georgia, and I'll be doing your weekly weather briefing for this week. It's Thursday, August 8th, 2019. All right, so highlights over the next 7 days or so. The big story is that we're pretty much going to have isolated to scattered showers and thunderstorms over the next 7 days. Today looks like it'll be one of the days of least coverage across the area and then steadily increase as we go through the next 7 days as moisture returns to the area. Overall, it's kind of a typical summer weather pattern with those hit or miss and pop-up storms that we've been seeing over the past few weeks in the afternoons and evenings and sometimes lingering into the overnight. Overall, like any other summer day, we could have a strong to severe storm, and the main threats with any of those would be damaging winds, localized flooding, potentially small hail, and frequent lightning. Otherwise, as far as temperatures go through the next 7 days, they look like they're just a few degrees above average, and heat indices will be rising as well as we get that moisture back into the area this weekend pretty much through midweek. So as far as current conditions go, this satellite loop is about from 30 minutes ago or so. As you can see, we don't have too many clouds across our area, but they are building in back from the northwest. There are a couple showers popping up in central Georgia areas as of now, but the main things to note is that we are keeping an eye on the storms to the northwest, as you can see on the radar loop that we have here. And those are working their way southeast. We're thinking it's possible we could have some showers and storms clip the southwestern portions of the area based on this complex, but we're keeping an eye on it. Otherwise, there's a boundary that's stalled across Tennessee areas and is expected to drop into the area today. So one of the latest things that we've done in the office here is we did issue a heat advisory, and that'll be in effect pretty much starting now through about 7 p.m. our time. You can see it's mainly just the far central counties there down near Columbus, Americus, including Dublin and all. And so that'll go from now till 7 p.m. And the heat indices are ranging around 105 to about 110 degrees. So anyone with any outside plans or anything like that should want to take precautions and stay hydrated. Just monitor how long you're outside with those warmer temperatures. Okay, so taking a look at the next 7 days, I chose here Blairsville, Atlanta, and then Macon, kind of a north to south approach. Just taking a look at temperatures overall across the area, we're going to be in the upper 80s to pretty much upper 90s. As far as low temperatures go, we're pretty much seeing the upper 60s to the mid 70s or so. And then, as I mentioned, moisture returns back to us pretty much through the end of the week and into the first half of next week. You can see those chances for precip starting to steadily increase. So looking at today, not too high across the area, pretty much in that 10 to 30% range. But as we go into the weekend and into the first half of next week, we'll be getting into that 20 to 30 to 40 range. And then as you can see for Tuesday and Wednesday, across all the sites, getting into that 40 to 50-ish range. So with that increase in moisture, we'll have an increase back to more scattered showers and thunderstorms opposed to more isolated thunderstorms, which we could see today. As far as fire weather goes, we don't have any concerns out through the next 3 days. The left-hand image is the minimum relative humidity values for today, but they're similar to the next 2 days. As you can see, pretty much at the lowest points in that 35 to 40% range. And so that'll be similar through today and Friday and Saturday. As far as winds go, they'll remain not too high for the next couple of days, but we do have our highest gusts across the area expected today, but pretty much in that 10 to 20 mile per hour range. As far as severe weather goes, this is our outlook for today. We are in general thunder pretty much area-wide, and that'll be the same thing for Friday and for Saturday with general thunder across the entire area. But as always, we could have some isolated strong storms, and an isolated severe storm isn't ever out of the question. As far as tropical weather goes, we don't really have anything that we're monitoring at the current moment, so no new tropical cyclones expected through the next 5 days. As far as rainfall goes, being that we're seeing more isolated to scattered showers and thunderstorms, the widespread rainfall totals aren't really too high. Overall, 7 days, it's looking about a ½ inch to an inch. But of course, if you get a storm that sits over your area for long enough periods of time, you'll have locally higher amounts than that, especially in any stronger storms that may move into your area. As far as our excessive rainfall outlook, here on the upper left corner, we do have today's outlook, and we have a marginal risk down in that lower left-hand corner of our area. And that's based off of that area I pointed out earlier on the satellite image. As that makes its way down, there is a potential we could have some periods of heavy rainfall, but especially in that area. And that could lead to some localized flash flooding issues if we do see that occurring. And then here is the excessive rainfall risk for tomorrow. Again, we do have a marginal risk, but across far northwestern Georgia at this time. So pretty much the same impacts. If we do see any storms up in that area, they could experience some pretty heavy rainfall that could lead to some localized flooding issues. So here's our drought summary. Overall, the left-hand side is from this week and the right-hand side is from last week. There's really not much change in the drought. It looks like the area of abnormally dry conditions up in northwestern Georgia has shrinked just a tiny bit. As far as that area of moderate drought, it looks like it's pretty similar across our area, and then eastern Georgia introducing a little bit more moderate drought to the area. But overall, very little change in the trends. So I just wanted to take a quick look at the 6 to 10 day outlook. The left-hand side here, we've got precipitation. So as you can see, we've got about a 40 to 50% chance of seeing above average precipitation as we get into next week. And pretty similar with the temperatures, I mentioned increased moisture, increased heat indices, they're all kind of coming together. And so here across our area, pretty much in that 33 to 40 to 50, even to 60, and a little bit higher than that, chances of above average temperatures as well. So just a quick summary, we mentioned the isolated to scattered storms through the next 7 days, but today is looking like one of the nicest days as far as not seeing precipitation. But as we go through the next 7 days, we will get moisture returning back to the area, and that'll keep us in our summertime pattern with those hit or miss pop-up storms in the afternoons and evenings. And a strong to severe storm again can't be ruled out, but those will be the hazards. Otherwise, our temperatures are just a few degrees above average overall, pretty much in the upper 80s to upper 90s for highs, and the upper 60s to mid 70s for lows, and our heat indices will be creeping up as we get into this weekend through midweek, in addition to today where we do have that heat advisory across some of our central Georgia counties, and that'll be through 7 p.m. this evening. So that's all that I have for us today.